It was a freezing autumn evening when Jake Turner, a worn-out single dad, saw a tiny figure sitting alone on the park bench. The girl couldn't have been more than 6, barefoot, trembling, her tear-streaked face barely visible under the flickering streetlight. He had no idea that helping her would turn his simple, quiet life upside down and lead him to a secret buried by one of the most powerful women in the city. A billionaire mother, a shocking truth, and a choice that would test what it truly means to be a parent. Jake Turner's life had become a rhythm of survival, working double shifts as a mechanic by day and flipping burgers at night, just to keep a roof over his 8-year-old son's head. Ever since his wife's passing 2 years ago, he had learned to live with the silence, the kind that filled the apartment after bedtime, when his son would whisper, "Good night, Dad," and Jake would stare at the ceiling, wondering if he was enough. That night, after his shift, he decided to take the long route home through the park. The air was cold, his hands were rough with grease, and all he wanted was a hot shower and sleep. But then, in the dim yellow light, he saw her, a little girl, alone on the bench, hugging a torn teddy bear. He hesitated. "Hey there, kiddo. Where's your mom?" The girl didn't answer. Her eyes were wide, scared but trusting, the way lost children often look at someone they want to believe is safe. She whispered. She didn't come back. Jake's heart twisted. He crouched down, took off his jacket, and wrapped it around her tiny shoulders. "You're freezing. Let's get you somewhere warm, okay?" He took her to the nearest diner and got her a cup of hot chocolate. Between hesitant sips, she told him her name was Lily. She didn't know her last name. She only remembered that her mom left her at the park just for a minute. Jake called the police and reported a found child. They told him to keep her safe until a social worker arrived in the morning. That night, Jake tucked Lily into his son's bed and watched her fall asleep beside his boy, Evan. Something in him softened. Watching the two of them, he remembered what fatherhood felt like before grief stole the color from it. The next morning, when child services came, Lily clung to his leg, crying not to go. Jake's heart broke. He promised her everything would be okay. But as the social worker drove her away, he couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. Days turned into weeks, and Jake tried to move on, but Lily haunted his mind. Then one morning, a knock came at his door. The same social worker stood there, holding Lily's hand. "There's a complication," she said. "Her file was misplaced. No one's claimed her. Until we find her mother, she needs a temporary guardian. She asked for you." Jake stared, stunned. He didn't know the law, but something in his gut said yes before his mind could argue. He signed the papers that day, not knowing that this single act of kindness would pull him into a world far beyond his own. Over the next few months, Lily became family. She painted pictures with Evan, followed Jake around the garage, and even helped cook burnt pancakes on Sunday mornings. Laughter filled the house again. Jake could feel the walls he built after his wife's death slowly crumbling. Then, one evening, as he was tucking Lily in, she looked up and said softly, "Daddy Jake, do you think my mom forgot me?" Her name was Elena Monroe, CEO of Monroe Enterprises, one of the wealthiest companies in the state. The kind of woman whose face appeared on business magazines, her power and grace admired from afar. Yet, standing on Jake's porch, she looked nothing like that. Her eyes were swollen, her hands shaking. Jake stepped aside. Lily ran from her room and froze at the sight of her. Then, slowly, the child's face lit up with a memory. "Mummy?" Elena fell to her knees, pulling Lily into her arms, sobbing like the world had stopped spinning. Jake stood back, speechless. When the tears settled, he asked quietly, "Where were you?" "She said you left her at the park." Elena looked away. "It's not that simple." Over coffee, she told him a story that didn't sound real. Months ago, Lily had been kidnapped, taken for ransom. The kidnappers released her when they realized the police were tracking them. She had wandered for days, terrified, until Jake found her. "I searched every city, every orphanage, every shelter," Elena said, her voice breaking. "I thought she was gone forever, until the police traced the foster paperwork. To you. Jake felt dizzy. He couldn't decide if he was angry, relieved, or afraid. So now you'll take her? Elena hesitated. Yes, but it's not that easy for her either. Lily clung to Jake's shirt. I don't want to go. Jake knelt, trying to smile through his ache. You'll always have a home here, kiddo, but your mom needs you now. Tears streamed down her face as Elena led her to the car. Before leaving, she turned to Jake. You saved her life, Mr. Turner. I owe you everything. But for weeks after they left, his house felt empty again, the laughter gone. Even Evan grew quieter. Until one morning Jake got a letter. It was from Elena. Jake looked up at the sky, smiling softly. Guess sometimes the people meant for us find their way home. Sometimes life's greatest miracles don't come wrapped in perfection. They come as second chances, unexpected reunions, and hearts learning to love again. Jake didn't just find a lost girl that night. He found the missing piece of his family. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Storysphere for more emotional and inspiring stories that remind us kindness can change everything.